I don't know, is the honest answer. Hello, we're live.
We are live. Welcome.
We're in the middle of trying to sort something out as well, so let's see if we can get that sorted. We may have a fantastic guest on.
We may have.
If we can get them on. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But it's this Sunday is the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
It is. It's the 24th annual parade. It's the 25th year, but I think they might have missed one because of the pandemic. Maybe.
Possibly. It'd be interesting, because it may have been an outside event. But yes, but imagine the pandemic, they wouldn't allow people doing a parade.
Especially this time of year as well. It had kind of just all started to roll out, hadn't it? But we are hopeful that we can get Justin on, one of the organisers. A couple of glitches in the
Matrix.
Yes.
It may be that we just get him on audio only, which if he can get it to where we had it a minute ago.
Yep.
Then we can get his audio through and then just do it through your phone so we can hear you that way.
Okay, well, I'll let me drop him a quick message,
yes.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, and so, whilst we're doing that, we'll kind of go through it. There's the Apna Bazaar or tonight, actually, at the market, so that's going to be a cool event. They've got face painting, they've got food, they've got entertainment. Who's the radio station?
Sangam Radio.
Sangam Radio are going to be down there, so it's going to be a great event as well. So do check that out. I've got some pictures of previous years from the St. Patrick's Day Parade, so I'm going to bring these in, and you get to see this is from 20 years ago, apparently, and it looks absolutely incredible. Let's just move those over there. And so, the fashion's not changed much.
I must admit, seeing the trucks like that used to remind me of that. Did Huddersfield have a mayor's parade?
I don't know.
I know Barnsley used to, and it was massive. Like, the whole town came to it, thousands of people, there were loads and loads of floats. The thing must have paraded around town for a good half an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's great to see people. I don't know if he's dancing or pointing.
It's a very enthusiastic traffic director.
Yes. And again, things like this are a really great way of bringing the community together as well and celebrating.
I didn't know Morpheus was Irish.
Yes. Bringing together everyone. And I think out of all the parades and all the days to celebrate, St. Patrick's always does have a...
Yeah, there's a good atmosphere to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's very much a celebrated day.
Yeah. So this is going to be, this Sunday.
It is. It's on, what was the street? What is it called?
It's the one down by the market.
The one down by the market. Yeah, I think they kind of take over that street there. They've got a couple of new additions for this year as well, kind of an area specifically for children to kind of go and celebrate. And it doesn't stop there either. There's kind of celebrations throughout town afterwards. I'm hoping that Justin can tell us a little bit more about an after party that's taking place.
Yeah, it's at the St. Patrick's Centre.
Yes. So, yeah, it should be a great day, especially for that corner of town as well.
Yeah, and again, it's, I'm a big fan of people say there's nothing happening in Huddersfield, but there's so much happening in Huddersfield. And this is another free event where you can come down, great atmosphere, enjoy the crack as such. And then, we can enjoy it as such like that. So I can hear Justin now. If you just give me a 1-2, Justin.
Oh, so you can hear us now as well.
Brilliant. So I'll bring you in. So we've got him audio only. So let's just let me just bring this into stream here. So take that off there.
So welcome to the show, Justin.
Good afternoon, folks. How are we doing?
How are you doing? You all right?
I'm good, thank you.
Sorry for the technical glitches there. I don't know quite what's happening, but you're here. So let's crack on. So first of all, tell us who you are and your involvement with the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yeah, my name's Justin Roach, and I'm known as the Secretary of the St. Patrick's Parade Association. It's a role I've held for about 3 years since I got involved in the organisation. So essentially, I oversee all aspects of the parade, and I'm the responsible man, I think it's fair to say so.
So all eyes are on you on Sunday then?
Yeah, no pressure.
So you've been involved with it for, was it 4 years you said?
3 years, yeah.
3 years. How long has it been going?
It's been going since 2001. So it really came about when the Irish community established the Irish Centre on Fitzwilliam Street. Yep. It used to be the Polish, excuse me, used to be the Polishman's Ex-Service Club, just down from the Polish church, and the Irish community really hadn't had a physical base since the Irish League Club on Zetland Street closed.
Yeah.
So I think that opportunity for lots of different groups like dancers, musicians, obviously there's a bar, all sorts of other activities take place in the Irish Centre. So it was like, and it brought those people together in one place so they could talk to each other. And one of the members of the association who's still with us, Tony Lamb, he'd been across to Leeds and seen the Leeds Irish Parade and said, we can do that. We've got to do it in Huddersfield. So that's how it started. Quite a few people got their heads together, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, we did fish out a couple of photos. See if we can get them back on screen, Grant. But we believe these were some pictures from some of the earliest St. Patrick's Day parades.
Yeah.
I mean, when you you've only been on the kind of the part of the agreement for kind of 3 years, but it's been going on a long, long time. Where do you see this going?
I don't know. The parade itself has been in different forms over the years. A lot of people around Huddersfield will be familiar with the parade wending its way down from the Irish Centre, under the viaducts near Tesco's, along the main street, right along to Clothall Street, then up round the Ring Road, back down Market Street past Sainsbury's, and then finishing off in St George's Square, where there was a bit of a celebration. All the floats got together, and people just had a good time, So now, over the years, those types of things become more expensive. The logistics of managing events become more complex, and I think the parade sort of hit a bit of a crisis point around COVID, like a lot of things.
Yeah.
And a few people were still involved. My predecessor in the role, John Lamb, volunteered to be secretary, and it was re-established, but in a much reduced format. And they held the event in St George's Square for a couple of years as well.
Cool. So again, being part of it, you must have had a favourite moment for you to kind of get involved in it from an organisational point of view.
Well, I'm allowed two moments. My first moment was the first parade in 2001. I remember distinctly. I was probably in my late 30s then, walking up to the Irish Centre, seeing all the floats all getting decked out and things like that, and all the business going on, excitement, people getting ready. And then I walked back down into town. I thought, right, I need to find a good viewpoint. So I stood in Marketplace, and then I could see the band and the floats coming towards me. And I remember feeling quite emotional about it. There was sort of like a lump in my throat and a feeling in my chest. And it was sort of like one of those moments in your life that you think, because both my parents were Irish and came to this country in the late 1940s. So, we spent many times going over to Ireland as children. But both my father and my mother celebrated Irish culture and music and dancing and all those things. So my father was no longer with us at that point. So I was stood there thinking, my dad would have really loved this. He'd have thought it was fantastic. And it was something he probably would have liked to have done himself when he was alive, because he was heavily involved in, things such as the Irish Society, and he was a local head teacher at Catholic schools, sort of thing. So he was very much tuned into the community. My second one is last year, because we held it down at the Open Market, which is a great central venue for us. And we had the music playing, and there was a real buzz. It was absolutely jam-packed. Everybody from older members of the community to small children and everybody in between, everybody just chatting and having a really good time. And I just stood there and thought, this is what it's all about. This is, all that hard work that we're putting over the last 11 months to get to this point. It's really worth it. And the weather was kind to us for a change as well. So,
Fingers crossed for you. Fingers crossed for you.
I bet you've got everything crossed at the moment.
It looks like light rain at the moment, but
that's good. That's good.
We've had snow, we've had gale force winds, we've We've even had sun on a couple of occasions.
Oh,
So
wow.
In
we're not
Marshall.
we're not guilty. We'll settle for dry and not too windy. So
Yeah.
So what can people expect on Sunday then if they make it down to you? What's happening on the day?
they can expect a really family friendly event. So we have a number of bands playing. We have a band, an Irish pipe band that comes across from Manchester, the Fiona Pordraig band, who this will be their third parade with us. They love coming across to Huddersfield because we give them a real Yorkshire welcome. We've got the Irish dancers and carnival dancers. We've been involved with the Afro-Caribbean community for the last few years on the parade as well, which has a really nice aspect and adds us something different as well. But with a number of bands, we've got Across the Moon, we've got the Nolan Family, we've got Ballyhoo. We've also got two face painters, two balloon modelers for the children. We've got two bars, a Guinness and Lager bar run by the Irish Centre, in conjunction with the Irish Centre, and Holly's Bar as well as some food vendors. So what more could you want?
I was going to say, there's a lot going on there. So what are you most looking forward to on Sunday?
I'm looking forward to that moment at the end of the evening when all the stalls are put back and I can go home, have a shower, have something to eat, and go down the Irish Centre for a couple of pints of Guinness. So
that sounds spot on. As that, I mean, we've got a couple of events under our belt ourselves, haven't we? And that point in the day is just a really, really, really nice time. You kind of soak it all up and kind of dine out on the success of the day, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we've seen online that you've got kind of a new edition this year that kind of focuses on the little ones.
Yeah, we after last year we only had one face painter, and partway through the afternoon, it was obvious that the queue was getting longer and longer and longer and longer. So the face painter managed to contact somebody else who came across. So there was two of them, but there were still lots of really keen kids happy to queue up with their parents for 20 minutes, half an hour to get the face painted. So when I was sort of talking about the event after with my wife, I said, let's really go for it next year if we can, and get a couple of face painters. And my wife also knows people who are really good balloon modelers as well. So I thought, right, how are we going to pay for all this? So my idea was to sort of badge it as the kids' quarter and see whether we could act as sponsor or a couple of sponsors to sponsor that, very specifically, and a sponsor would know what they're getting. So I approached Portland Nurseries, who were a local childcare provider, and they've come up with the money, which is fantastic. So we're really grateful for their support and help.
Brilliant. I mean, that's what I was going to say. People see the day of the parade and all the fun and the festivities, but they probably don't understand the work that goes into organising events such as this. So,
there's a huge amount of work. I normally allow myself a month off once I've paid all the bills and settled all the invoices and things like that, and paid any money into the bank account. So we have a whole range of things. First of all, you've got to have a lot of things in place, such as first aiders, road closures, stewards, traffic management. You've got to have licenses for the alcohol. You've got to have, what else have you got to have? You have got to formally apply for road closures. You've got to fundraise. And fundraising in modern life is one of the hardest things to do. So we have a multi-pronged approach. We're fortunate that we have consistent support from the Irish government through something called the Immigrant Support Programme. Kirklees Council, particularly some ward councillors who represent wards very close to the town centre, normally support us. And for the last 2 years, we've run a crowdfunder through a fund called the Growing Great Places Fund, which is administered by Kirklees Council. And if you meet your target, then you're given a grant out of that fund. But that fund relies on lots of individual people across our community making contributions as well. And, it's felt like hard work this year, but we've got there in the end. So I'm really thankful to all the individuals and organisations that have supported us with their money, because we will put on a really good event and people will enjoy it.
Fantastic. I must admit, so you have the the parade itself runs 12 o'clock until 4, and then the party doesn't stop there, does it? The celebration doesn't stop there. What happens then?
No, it doesn't. Well, the Irish Centre is very close by, and it's a magnet for people all day. To be fair, I'm sure there's some people that just go there and never see the parade. But what we do, try and work in collaboration in terms of the events. So they'll have a disco for part of the day, but they've also got a band on at 6 o'clock called Paddy Crack, who are very good and people like. So that just adds to the party atmosphere all day. So it's having that sort of all day long experience, and people can go and sit down, and it's really good as well because the Irish Centre has just been refurbished, in the last couple of months, which is really, really good. So we'll just see what happens, but so it's like a big magnet, the Irish Centre, and everybody gravitate. Well, not everybody, but lots of people gravitate there. See, I normally get there about 8:30, 9 o'clock, once everything's done. So but it's having we've got really good relationships with the Irish Centre. They allow us to have our meetings there. We normally meet once a month during the year just to look at progress, what's happening, fundraising, plans, etc., etc. So, it's a really good relationship, and they really help us in terms of staffing things like the bar and getting us barrels of Guinness and all that sort of stuff. So, we really value that link.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And finally, again, if anyone's watching now that has never been to the kind of parade before, kind of one sentence, why should they come on Sunday?
They should come to have a good time, let their hair down, and they might meet people they know as well, who they can have a good chat with. We can entertain the children. You can have some food. You can listen to great music. You can watch great dancing. And for me, it's all about community and what that represents. For Irish people, those things such as Irish music or Irish dancing are very important in the culture. But we welcome people from all communities, and we love having people from the Afro-Caribbean community come in, and people of all nationalities come. It's a free event, open to everybody. It's there in a central location in town, so come along.
Fantastic. Justin, thank you very much for coming on as well. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to be popping down on Sunday as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Best of luck to you. We hope it all goes well. It's busy and the sun breaks through the clouds and you all have a fantastic day.
Thank you. We'll be saying all our Hail Marys to make sure that
yes.
Do check in with us after the event, Justin. We'd love to hear how it goes.
Okay.
Cheers. Okay, take care. And have a Guinness on us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you later.